here. Happy Tuesday. Hope we're doing it all right. It is a beautiful 78 degrees on and off rain. It's actually kind of chilly. I mean, this is just magical. I got so much sleep last night. I'm in heaven. This is great. Happy Tuesday to you guys. I hope your Monday did good. Did pretty good last night. The pitching imploded. Even Corbin Burns went down. So it was very bat intense slate. I was looking at some of the top lineups in my tournaments, and there was like almost nothing out of the pitching, and just a lot of big upside on the bats. Heck, the Pirates, right? If you got to the Pirates against Mr. Burns, holy cow! Whew. Sometimes you just stack against the highest owned pitcher and you get rewarded, man. But yeah, we have a much larger slate tonight on both sites in an actual start time, not an actual, but regular start time. A couple of upper echelon names: Aaron Nola, Framber Valdez, Max Fried, Gallen. But for the most part, it's a mid-tier to right above mid-tier pitching pool tonight. So bunch of average pitching definitely could mean the slate even more wide open. And we'll go game by game here, do a little research, try to create a pitching player pool, a stacked player pool, all that good stuff. But shout out to you guys hanging out on a Tuesday afternoon. Sean, that's not my department, bro. I just flip a switch and talk baseball. I am a chat mob, but I can't really, I don't know the context or what actually happened. So you might have to reach out to somebody, man. What up, Steve? What up, Gilbert? What up, Gray Kid? The Sean Z approach. Is that Sean's on? That dude is a goat. Let's go look at the weather first. Mr. Roth's weather report via Roto Grinders. We'll put a link to that in chat. As always, you should definitely have this page tabbed. A great service to us. Baltimore at Cleveland, winds left to right at 10 miles per hour. Oakland at Washington, yellow orange. Oh no, Nats and weather. Name a better duo. A line of storms move through pre-game or early game and clears out. At this point, it looks like a pretty clear late start and play, but things can change. And it's Washington, so update. All right, cool. Seattle, Detroit, winds a bit to left, a bit out to left. 10 to 15 miles an hour. Dodgers and Mets, broken line of rain will be weakening as it moves into New York during the game. Mid to late inning delay is possible, but I think it's more likely they just end up finishing the game through an occasional light shower. Winds out to left and right. Winds out to left and right to left at 10 miles an hour. Okay, I see what you're saying. And then Rockies at the Braves. Worst case scenario would be a brief late start. Even that looks unlikely. That's good to know. Chicago and KC looks good. And the Giants in San Diego looks good. As long as they have enough lighting. Last night, lack of lighting, which is a funny story because when I read that, I thought it said lack of lightning. And I was like, somebody messed up, but it was lighting, and my brain stinks. Josh, what up, Josh? I suck at MLB. No, you don't. You've literally won tournaments. Miss me with that nonsense. You're just experiencing a long downfall of variance, bro. Believe in yourself. Let's start with the Athletics and the Nationals, as we talked about. Little weather concern here. It looks like we're just more concerned that it's the Nationals. But I don't know. Have the Nationals done any funky stuff this year? There was one year where they actually had a good team, and I don't know, sometimes you would see them postpone games where they didn't really have to, but that's when they were like trying to steal days for like Max Scherzer and stuff like that, right? Have they do us conspiracy theorists think they've gotten a little bit better about weather? Because now they don't really care about the games, right? They just fielding a get through the season team. So maybe it's not. And both these teams, my God, you talk about the most meaningless game in baseball. I'm typing it up right now. No offense to anyone, any of the players here, but come on. Ildemaro Vargas. So both lineups are actually confirmed too. I can't imagine that we're going to spend too much time on this game. C.J. Abrams. No periods. There we go. Eric Fetty on the bump for the Nats. Cole Irvin for the Athletics. So absolutely no interest in the pitching. And I guess the pitchers are bad enough that you could look at some of the players here. I guess I'd be more so trying to target some of the high ISO guys. I'm getting a big OPS number on Dermis Garcia. I don't know who that is. I would imagine it's a call-up or a recently promoted minor leaguer. Whoa. 24 years old in the minors, 847 OPS, 264 average, 13 bombs. Let's see. And what's his splits against righties? I'm just trying to figure out who he is. I know he hasn't been around. 261 average, 828 OPS, almost a 500 slugging. So I guess, I mean, this guy has a little power in the minors, so it's going to pop a little bit. And then on the Nats side, against Cole Irvin, against really both sides of the plate, not striking anyone out, but against righties, just a 19% carry rate with a 1.15 home run per nine. And he does play in Oakland, so I wonder. Well, I guess I can look at what's the fly ball rate. It is a 45% fly ball rate. So this is out of curiosity. If we took Cole Irvin out of Oakland and put him in Nats Park, or really any park with a 45% fly ball rate, wonder what that would do to his home run expected home runs by park. So 17 on the year, he would have 25 homers allowed in Minute Maid, and the Nats Park he would have 20. So 3 more homers. But man, that Crawford box, you always hear about the short porch in Yankee Stadium, but that Crawford box right on the other side. All right, so with that in mind, who would we like to pick on a contact lefty with? Well, against lefty since the beginning of last year, Lane Thomas over at 800 OPS. Joey Meneses, somebody that in the minors profiled really well, and so far in the majors doing all right, 313 ISO, maybe a little steep, come down a little bit, but we looked him up in the minors. He's got power as well. So these are guys I'll put in the blender. Lane Thomas, an especially appealing value play. So let's go ahead and add him to the value play. Leadoff guy in a plus platoon matchup that feeds his stats well. Nelson Cruz, obviously. So yeah, I don't want to get too invested in a 5-man stack on either team on a slate like this, but it wouldn't be the end of the world to cherry pick some of these Nats for me. I'm not going to be that enthralled with the Athletics. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that. What up, EB? What up, Tizzle? Fetty going to get 35 tonight? You think so? It's always annoying to look up. I mean, I throw one of you guys against the Athletics. I don't think I'm going to pitch Eric Fetty because I just hate playing bad pitchers. But at 5,700, if you got that feeling in your bad knee, I'm not going to talk you down, right? I'm just here to research, baby. You guys put your name on the bullet. 17 out of Fetty against the Mariners last game, over a strikeout per inning. I don't know. Did he earn those strikeouts? Let's go check that out. Every time I go live, I feel like I have to sneeze nonstop. What's up, Tizzle? Are you guys, have you finally conceded your season? He had a 15% swing and strike rate that game. That's like the highest he had in double digits since the 25th of May. Huh, good for him. I'm not playing him, but good for him. All right, next game. All right, so yeah, I'm not gonna throw any stacks there. I'm not pitching either one of them. Not even if there's a fire. All right, let's go Blue Jays. We got the Cubbies against Kevin Gossman. Wait, why didn't I just see Gossman? Gossman's 8,700. Holy crap! That's I mean, I'm sure that's not going to garner any ownership. This is not a confirmed Cubbies lineup, but it looks pretty accurate to me. Marcus Stroman on the bump against his former team. Yep. Yup. Mo Bichette, Matt Chapman, Raimel Tapia, Santiago Espino, and Kevin Gausman on the bump. All right. So Stroman, did your thing, dog. That's going to be a no for me. 19% K rate to righties. 105 home run per night allowed. It's going to see mostly righties more than likely. I think yesterday they did have two lefties in there, Kevin Biggio, Raimel Tapia. But you can really kind of hyper-focus on what he's done against righties, which it's not the worst in the world. It's just not anything that's super sexy and appealing for me on a big slate where I really want ceiling out of a pitcher. And I just don't like Marcus Stroman. 4.48 expected ERA, 1.22 whip. Just a 20% K rate. Modest, right? Modest is, I think, it's a good name or a good word for that. I'm not that interested. I'll be a little bit more intrigued with Kevin Gausman here, as I imagine the world will be. So let's pull up Gausman's recent numbers. He went on a little bit of a skid. There was word that he was tipping pitches, and they got him a bigger glove, and then he started to find it. Last game out, 17% swing and strike rate against the aforementioned Boston Red Sox with an 82% first pitch strike rate. And then if we pop open the DraftKings game log on Mr. Gausman, we are looking at 930, 40, or 419, 40 and a half. So the ceiling's absolutely there, and this just seems like a too cheap to not have shares of situation against the Chicago Cubs team that will certainly strike out. I mean, look at this lane right here in the projected 2 through 5. 25 to 34% K rate against righties, and then 8 and 9 spot same as well. There are three guys a little bit more scrappy, and there is some power hidden in those strikeout rates, but Kevin Gausman really hasn't struggled much with power allowed. It's been this 300 average to righties, which everything else is pretty green. What is the BABIP to righties since maybe actually we'll go splits here. Certainly seems like potentially some bad luck in the mix here. What up, Pojen? What up, Brian? About how many times a week do you get a feeling in that bad knee? Do I? I don't know, man. 422 BABIP against righties this year. Holy crud. But a 2.7 xFIP. So we talked about high BABIP yesterday with the Brian Bello with the Red Sox pitcher, right? He had like a 450 BABIP. It's just nuts. This is unsustainable logistically long term. That number is going to be more close, or should be closer to 300. So he has certainly been very unlucky to righties. So I'm willing to forgive that number. And Kevin Gausman has to be in the blender. Like, he has to be. I'm going to start him off at tier 2, but I don't really, I mean, on DraftKings 8,700, I don't really think I would be shocked if he gets promoted to tier 1 by the end of this slate. Yeah. Not until it's impossible that we can't make it. Let me see, Tizzle. Let me see how bad it's looking. I say this because, I mean, the Yankees haven't really been dominating. Rays are within 7. Blue Jays 8. You guys are... it's getting close, man. 16 games back. I don't think... So the thing is, the rest of this division is so doggone good, and I think you guys are just down there. But I get it. Never say never. Are you... let's see. Are you a Patriots fan? Or I don't know, Eagles fan or something like that? You started saying that to my freshman student. Oh man, that's cool. I don't know where I dude, I say a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know. Just a little flavor in my vocabulary. Feeling in your bad knee. So that statement alone is, I used to hear it as a kid when old people would say that they could tell it's going to storm because their knee would feel bad. And it was just like predict the future situation. So it's just like, oh, if you got that feeling in your bad knee that this guy's gonna homer, go for it. You know what I mean? But I like it, man. Be the salt of the earth with phrases like that. Blue Jay stack is definitely in play against Stroman just because he doesn't strike out a lot. And if you're gonna challenge a bunch of these guys with the contact stuff, it's going to be worth taking shares of. The pushback here is that Marcus Stroman does have a pretty good ground ball rate. That's been his thing for a long time. So I can see them stalling out. I'm going to prevent myself and put him in the onslaught stack list right now. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I lied. Let's put him a little bit lower. Just because that's too much opportunity. We'll see what the confirmed lineup is. Then we'll make a stronger decision here. Ground ball pitcher playing with turf, and sometimes they've been popping the roof open out there in Rogers Center, so keep an eye on that. A little bit more fresh air flowing around. It's getting that time of year where a lot of these domes and stadium roofs can open back up, and I don't know, it's just beautiful, man. I love the weather outside right now. I have missed this. Am I gonna go outside later? No. But do I miss it? Yeah. I guess my electric bill really misses it because, man, is my AC been humming for like 4 months straight right now. Don't have a confirmed Mariners lineup. We got George Kirby on the bump. I think I remember to start him in season long. I have him on my team. And then we do have a confirmed Tigers lineup. And man, is this Tigers lineup certainly platooned out as the season progressed. This used to be a really, really righty-heavy lineup. And now, there's an awful lot of lefties and switchies. Tucker Barnhart. Matt Manning. Dude, did Tucker Barnhart start as a switch hitter, then specifically do lefty for a long time, and now he's back to a switchy? Because I remember thinking this before, and then, unless Labs just has, he's been a switch hitter this year. Last year, maybe I'm just losing my mind. Yeah, I guess I'm just losing my mind. I feel like there's some catcher that I thought was Tucker Barnhart, but I guess not. Matt Manning on the bump for the Tigers. George Kirby for the Mariners. Mariners have a 4.3 implied run total. Tigers 3.4. It looks like a little bit of wind blowing out to left. I don't remember if Roth mentioned that. Yeah, he did. Winds a bit out to left, 10 to 15. So a little bit of a boost for those pull righties. And looking at Matt Manning, he does allow a 49% fly ball rate to opposing righties, so that could be a good boost for him. And then George Kirby, not as much, almost a 50% ground ball rate. 323 average allowed, which probably means his BABIP is pretty high as well. The strikeout rate for Kirby up there, 25%, 1-4. This is a lineup that's going to come out more lefties than righties, and so far for Kirby in the majors, he has actually struck out lefties at a much higher clip and has sustained a better lane of green, a 2.9 xFIP, a 2.8% walk rate. Just really, really good stuff from him. So it might be a sneaky boost to him. And just out of curiosity, a lot of curiosity today, was he a reverse split strikeout guy in the minors as well? Or is this just a coincidence in the bigs? Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, and the Sox. Okay. I'll let you be a Patriots fan. Whenever I'm perusing the streets and somebody tells me they're a Patriots fan, I don't believe. I'm like, you're just a bandwagon person, ain't you, huh? Now in the minors, he struck out, right? I mean, he struck out both elite levels, but it's not like he wasn't striking out righties. So, what up, Tall? Hope you're doing all right. Shout out to everybody. I know we've all hit that like button, right? I'm not pitching Matt Manning. I might have a kiss of Mr. Kirby here. I'll make sure there's no limitations. 85 pitches on the 24th. So got 7 innings out of that. Could go 90 plus. Good opportunity in this matchup. Anything on the prop board for him? Kirby's at 6 strikeouts. Cool. What about on the first couple innings for Mr. Kirby? Mr. Kirby. 3.5. 3.5 in the first 3 innings. And we're dealing with 30% K rate. 2 30% K rates in the first inning. Shoot, 25, 30, 30. So there's perhaps 2 strikeouts to be had in there. And then we get into it. So that's a maybe. I'll put that on the maybe list. Let's go George Kirby something case. We'll figure that out later. Words. Mic check. And then we add Kirby to the pitching player pool. I'm going to put him tier 3 for now, but he might get promoted to tier 2. We just want him in there for now. Neither team, I think, makes... Well, I guess I would probably say the Mariners are stackable. 3.38 expected ERA for Matt Manning. 20% K rate. Has been successful at keeping the ball in the park, considering a 49% fly ball rate. So I wonder what his home run to fly ball percentage is. Maybe it's around 7%, 8%. Or is it even lower? Let's go splits. What up, Bino? Celtics isn't a fun team to be a fan of right now, as long as they come through, right? Home run to fly ball against righties, 3.7% on a, what do we say, almost 40% fly ball rate. So, a little bit lucky there. 38% pull rate, a 49% fly ball rate, and a 3.7% home run to fly ball rate. Yeah, this wind might pick that up a little bit. Julio Rodriguez, obviously, Mitch Haniger, Jesse Winker, Eugenio. I get a little bit of these Mariners in the mix. And then bullpen report for the Tigers. They've been above average in everything but walks in terms of homers. They don't give a lot of homers too, so some exposure just to have that talent in the mix. Tigers full stack probably not for me. I'm not getting any power grades. Kerry Carpenter is about it, and he's pretty cheap on both sites. I guess we can validate his power if we wanted to, just because he's so doggone cheap. But it's not like we have a bunch of 10K pitchers to jam in as a priority, so we don't really need to go out of our way. 1. OPS, so he's a slugger. So I'll put him in the value pool though, just because he's so doggone cheap. Kerry Carpenter. Carry on, my wayward son. I didn't like Brady when he first came in. Bledsoe was my dude. Then we won the Super Bowl, and I was like, aight. That's how it always goes, man. That's how it always goes. I didn't like Brady ever, but then he started getting on social media, and he does it so well that it's hard not to like him now. I do have a Mariners lineup since we're here: Winker, Mitch Haniger, Suarez. But I was a Giants fan, so I don't know what it's like to lose important games to Tom Brady. So I didn't really have a reason to hate him anyway. Abraham Toro. All right, so I think the only change here was Toro in the 9-hole. But I think we're getting a second shot. Oh, we're good. We move on to the next game. No taco on baseball. Do we know what it's gonna be? I guess I could open up their Discord. So many Discords, bro. It's whenever does. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. It's good for the good for his brand. Who's another guy that's like that like I hated, but now his social media is so good that I can't help but to love him? Or you guys have somebody like that as well? So it looks like the taco is gonna be. Did it close already? It's closed, right? Voting closed at 3:30, 2:30. Yeah, it closed 10 minutes ago. So the tacos look like it's gonna be Kevin Gossman at 4.5 strikeouts. So if you're looking for some action, I'll take that. I don't mind it. I mean, I was gonna think about the 6 anyway. So we get it at 4.5. I'd co-sign that. Cool. Let's go Dodgers and Mets. Make sure I'm not muting myself. Who else is sneaky good at social media? I like when celebrities hire somebody to make their brand Like Wendy's, have you seen their Twitter? They do good stuff. And then there's some brands that overdo it. I think we had saw, was it Radio Shack that got hacked? I don't know. Boomer mind over here trying to remember stuff. Pete Alonso. So both these lineups are confirmed for the Mets and the Dodgers. This is kind of this is a big game. We talked about how irrelevant the Athletics and Nationals game is. This one right here, this could be a NLCS preview. I mean, these are some heavyweights in the ring for this one. Didn't Roth mention something here? It says broken line of rainbow, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like it should be good. But we got Andrew Heaney against Taijuan Walker. Heaney so far this season really good for the Dodgers. That's 2 pieces of trash from the Yankees that the Dodgers have converted into usable pieces. I'm not mad. I'm happy for him, man. Good for them. Heaney's 9,600 on DK, and really pristine numbers so far. 3.16 expected ERA, 35% K rate, 2.58 Sierra. I mean, those are just incredible numbers to put together. Let's go look at his pitch count. I'm happy for him. 91 pitches, 29-20. There's a 10, 13, 16. So, I mean, if a shot at 20 plus is something that you want to get a hold of, go for it. There are some high ISO bats in here. Eduardo Escobar at the bottom, sleeping 290 ISO, 280 ISO since the beginning of last year for Pete Alonso, Darren Ruff. And then guys like Starling Marte, Lindor, Nimmo, good OBP, good opportunity to get on base and create a little chaos. So I don't mind scumdaggering here, but I think the most likely outcome is just like an average baseball game for the Mets. But this is a talented stack that can play well and complement each other. I would be worried about Darren Ruff a little bit. I think him and Daniel Vogelbach have kind of found themselves in part of a platoon situation, and they also have Tyler Naquin, right? So keep an eye on that if you're worried about Ruff. But matchup, lefties is literally why he exists. The Dodgers stack looks a little bit more tasty against Taijuan Walker. Walker, a 4.24 expected ERA, 1.2 WHIP, and just an 18% K rate on the season. Dodgers are an all-star team traveling. So we'll put Dodgers in the blender. There's a chance I might get to some Mets, but I think the Mets, for me, feel like it's going to be more of a sub-stack night than anything else, because the Dodgers bullpen really isn't, that bad either. Mets bullpen is really kind of reliant on the scoreboard. But 2 good teams. I'm excited. So the wind could be blowing out to right, which is good for the lefty pull hitters, and righties going oppo. So Freddie Freeman might get a little help from Mother Nature tonight. And then Joey Gallo, a perfect spot for him against a lower strikeout guy in Taijuan Walker with just a 9% swinging strike rate. So a better opportunity for him to put bat on ball. And he's got a 260 ISO since the beginning of last year against righties. So lots of high ISOs on the Dodgers side. I'd be more likely to get to them in the onslaught. And then I think we have to get a little bit of Tier 3 Andrew Heaney in the blender. Just think so. Bad at social media. Antonio Brown. My God. Yeah, there are definitely athletes and celebrities that somebody should get their phone. Like Cam Newton. You guys, I don't know if it was this Twitter. Cam Newton used to type everything in like Morse code. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's Cam Newton Twitter. Maybe it was Instagram I'm thinking of. Let's see. Cam Newton. I don't know if he still does it. He still does it. Look at it. See this like weird text and all of his tweets are just like, what are we doing here, buddy? Was having a great convo the other day with a friend, and it sparked an interesting outlook on sports. And I want to ask this question: what's more important to you, championship or impact? But it's just like, what is the point of typing like that? Smith and Turner scratched. Oh, just now? Oh, wait a minute. Missed that. That's a good catch. Did that just come out? So I guess we'll come back and adjust that. What's up, OB? Hope you're doing all right. Why can't I quit you? Cam Newton. Dude, I don't know what that's about, man. I don't know. I feel like if I started tweeting like that, I'd lose 1,000 followers in a week. All right, let's go Braves and Rockies. We'll come back and adjust any of those scratches. I mean, 2 scratches like that? That's crazy. Randall Grichuk, Jose Iglesias. I can be your hero, baby. Brendan Rodgers, CJ Crone. Hello, I am Elias. Batting 5th. Montero, Michael Toglia. Batting 7th. Sean Bouchard. Batting 8th. This is a lineup, boys. Holy Christmas. Jose Urena on the bump. Green like that. And then for the Braves, Dansby Swanson. Hold me closer. Time to dance, baby. Austin. I hate Austin. Why am I doing so many bits right now? Guess I'm getting ready for NFL. My mouse is in the way. Eddie Rosario, William Contreras. So this is the non-Acuna version of the lineup, but it's really a serviceable lineup still. Furthermore, against a guy like Jose Urena, they are minus 357 favorites. Good golly, Miss Molly. Not a ton of strikeouts in this particular lineup, but Toglia and Bouchard I know nothing about, so we'll go look at them. I can't imagine I'm going to want to play them, but it is at least worth doing a little bit of research and seeing what they are, who they are, what their thoughts on God are, you know. Against lefties, 217 average, not great. 771 OPS, meh. 31 strikeouts in 83 at bats. Good lord. All right, so he can strike out with the best of them. And what was this other guy's name? Bouchard, Sean Bouchard. Bouchard. Let's look at his splits against lefties. That dude looks like a baby. Let's split that up. Looking like a good day for Max Fried. 278 average against lefties, so that's better. 991 OPS, 20 strikeouts, and 79 at best. So still able to strike out. But this guy, this Bouchard guy, at least shows a little bit more promise and pop. But I'm not playing him, so there's that. Max Fried minimum has to start off as a tier 1 here. And I think I would be interested in some PrizePicks action on him. More so fantasy points, since he's more of a ground ball guy. He's at, god dang, never mind. I mean, I think he could still do it. That's just a high number. So at 39 fantasy points, I definitely need the quality start. He's heavily implied for the win, so that's like, yeah, seven innings is definitely a good chance. So let's go. Let's project 7 innings. Let's get a calculator. Let's do it. Let's get a calculator out. Calculator. Smooth calculator. Where can I learn NFL? NFL is really basic in terms of strategy. Quarterback, receiver, handcuff, sometimes 2 receivers for tournaments. There is a run back strategy that I don't think is as necessary, but it's still it's positively correlated theoretically to run one guy back from the other team. It's pretty easy to pick up. I think last year, everyone I know in my circle kind of had one of the down years because, I don't know, injuries or what have you. I'm hoping we get back to normal this year. What was I in the middle of doing? Oh, making a Max Fried projection. So if you guys ever want to do some thought projections for guys, Max Fried, let's give him 7 innings because this lineup sucks. So 7 innings would be worth 21 outs. We'll just do 21. I don't need to and then strikeout. So let's give him less than a strikeout per inning. So let's give him 6, right? 6K, 7 innings, so that'd be 18. So plus 18, and then we'll give him a quality start, plus 4. We'll give him a win since he's minus 300, plus 6. So it comes out to 49. Yeah, if he lets a couple in, whatever. So 49 versus, so I get about a 10 point margin of difference, or let's say margin of error for earned runs, and earned runs are 3. So even if he gave up 2 earned runs, 49 to 6, that would still be over 40. So I'm okay with getting to Max Fried fantasy points. So let's go Max Fried FPS. Put it on the list. In a good day, in a good way. Brave stack absolutely in play. I mean, without a doubt. Even without Acuna, Jose Urena bad. 5.4 implied runs for the Braves here. The specific weakness of Urena is, he's pretty suck overall. 15% walk rate to lefties, but 300 plus average allowed to lefties, 245 to righties, 1.5 home run per 9, and believe it or not, Coors might actually be helping him because of how big that outfield is. So this is just a pure spot through and through. And looking at this lineup, there's not one guy, right? You look at some team stacks and you're like, I'll take everyone but this 8-hole, 7-hole bum. I'd play everybody. Robbie Grossman probably projects the worst, so he would be the most expendable. But man, this is a good lineup through and through. So everyone in the Braves in the mix, in the blender. And that's all I got to say about that. Let's move on to Red Sox and Twins. And I don't know why I'm talking so slow. Tommy Pham, Alex Verdugo, Xander Bogaerts, Rafi Devers, JD Martinez, Trevor Story back in the mix, Franchy Cordero. This lineup's looking a little bit deeper too. With when you're 7 or 6 hole guys, Trevor Story could absolutely do worse. Cutter Crawford on the bump for the Red Sox. No Buxton still. He's down. Well, actually, I don't know. This is not confirmed. But I think he went on the IL, right? So it is confirmed. Jake Cave, Gary Sanchez, Gilberto Celestino, and then Chris Archer. Confirmed lineup for the Red Sox, by the way. And then Byron. Yeah, Byron's on the IL. So, Chris Archer against the Red Sox. I think Red Sox. Yeah, Red Sox is confirmed. Archer, 252 average allowed to righty, 16% K rate, 1.19 home run per 9, and the ground ball rate is above the fly ball rate, so that's what's helping him, but he's still allowing a lot of hard contact and an 8% barrel rate, so definitely can get got, and this Twins bullpen also above average in home runs allowed, so Red Sox stack just naturally fits in. Cooler temps there. Cutter Crawford on the bump. 4.6 expected ERA. I don't know. He seems better than his numbers. So I don't suppose I'm gonna get to pitching him. And he has struggled more with power against lefties. But I don't know. I guess there is some power in Max Kepler's bat, but it's pretty inconsistent. Nick Gordon, J.K. There's not really guys that bat lefty on the Twins that I absolutely feel like can't miss here. So I do like the righties more just from a talent perspective. 0.61 homer per 9 against righties, but not sparkling numbers. A 21.8% line drive rate, 41% fly ball rate, not as much hard contact allowed, but still enough that he could leak through. So the Twins, I think this version of the Twins lineup would be more sub stacks, and it would be a focus on Correa. They don't have Polanco either. Yeah, this is a very weak version of the Twins lineup, so I'm probably not stacking it, but I will get to a couple of drips of like Correa, Kepler, maybe a Nick Gordon, stuff like that, but I don't really see myself investing in the onslaught. 5-man ATL stack, yeah, Obi-Wan, absolutely. I gotta imagine Atlanta is one of the higher owned stacks. I like to research before the ownership, but just so far, it just seems so obvious that Atlanta has to be a top stack. I mean, well, a quick way, like if you like that process as well,
where you do the research and then kind of look at ownership. I believe Atlanta by far has the highest run total on the slate at 5.4. So looking at some of the other run totals here, Yankees are at 5.1, Brewers are 5.3. Yeah, I would imagine that the Atlanta Braves come in as the highest owned stack, but that's just a guess. That's just a. All right, let's move on to the next game. We thumbing. Man, I need to do something with this wire. Astros against Dane Dunning. We don't have a confirmed Astros lineup yet. At least I don't. Framber Valdez. And then Rangers. I wonder if I guess it could be raining. I was going to say, I wonder if the Rangers popped the lid open, but it's probably not just because of the weather. It's just, the temperature's so nice down here. The Rangers lineup is confirmed. So against Framber Valdez, I never really get that enthusiastic about stacking against him, just because he's just a massive ground ball guy. So even if you are bleeding ground balls through the hole or something like that, this is a power inducive a game that we play, right? We need homers, and Valdez just really doesn't give up homers. 70% ground ball rate essentially for the last couple of years. So I can't see myself co-signing a big Rangers investment here, so I won't. Dane Dunning on the bump for the Rangers. He's been solid at home. 3.6 xFIP in Texas, 23% K rate. Another guy that just kind of gets you out there, gets some innings for you. 55% ground ball rate for him. So I can see the offense is kind of top out here. Just a 4.2 run total for the Astros. So yeah, not that enthusiastic about going all in here, but I think the Astros are just one of those teams that when the right version of this lineup is out there, they're just too talented to stay away from. I mean, Altuve, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Trey Mancini, those are just premium names. So I'm going to add them to the stack list, but it's betting on talent versus believing in the matchup, and sometimes talent just wins out, and you can get through Dane Dunning, and then once the bullpen's in, all bets are off, even though Rangers bullpen has been below average in home runs allowed. So cool. And then Framber Valdez, what do we do with him? Well, there is plenty of strikeout equity in this Rangers lineup. Nate Lowe has been crushing it since the All-Star break. Absolutely incredible. Strikes out 23%. It is a lefty-lefty matchup. And then Adolis Garcia, 31.8% K rate against lefties since the beginning of last year. Leody Taveras is up there. Ezekiel Duran, Bubba Thompson, a lot of high strikeout rates. So maybe not just a ground ball 7 innings, 4 strikeout game for Framber, maybe a couple strikeouts to boot. So 6.17 innings. So much like Max Fried, if we can get him under 40 fantasy points, I might be interested. 38.5 fantasy points with 100 pitches in the tank. So only thing with him is I might project him for a couple of less implied strikeouts than well, I don't know. He's been getting some Ks lately. Yeah, just big numbers here. Minnesota, Chicago, Texas on the mix as well. I might want to sweat some Framber fantasy points. So let's put Framber FPS, and we might dice that up later. What is this strikeout prop? How likely are you to recommend this Windows 10 PC to a friend? They can't have my PC. No, it's mine. I'm very unlikely. 6.5 Ks for him. All right, that's cool. His 6.5 versus Fried's implied 5.5. So I mean, I guess essentially I should like him more than Fried. So I'll put Framber and Fried in the short list right now. I'm working on for prize picks. Big Bino, would you play a few archers? I wouldn't. I don't like to play bad pitchers. What up, Skimmer? What up, Leo? So when building for tournaments, should I fade the top 3 highest owned stacks and just play 1-5-3? In a lazily, yes. If you're playing for like a big field tournament and you're trying to be as unique as possible. On a big slate, though, I haven't looked at the ownerships, but the bigger the slate, usually ownership isn't that coagulated. But I guess I would say that Atlanta is so obvious right now that I have to assume they're like 15%. Or somebody in chat probably, if you know, let me know. I have to assume that they're easily the highest owned stat. But generally, yes, it is more rewarding to have a contrarian mindset, or at least playing opposite ownership. Or if you love like tonight, if the Braves were that team, if you think the Braves can't miss, shuffle the deck of cards with some really low owned guys. You can grab chalk and still be unique. But generally speaking, yes, you would like to be unique. And I think that answer can become more complicated as you open up the process more, and then as you start considering some of the variables that I don't know just from the general question, as in field size, stuff like that. Who's in the, who's in the contest? What's the buy-in level? Skill levels definitely differentiate the higher you go up in your buy-in. So, but generally, yeah, you want to be different in the field, and that's the beauty of baseball, just at its purest form. Right, the best hitters fail 70% of the time. So if the 70% failure rate has a ridiculous ownership, hope he fails and goes somewhere else. Royals at the White Sox. But at the same time, like, if you only have limited bullets, like 1 through 5 or whatever, and you still just value cashing, the super contrarian approach is more so if you first or last, right? Like, you want the best chance at first place possible. If you're playing, but you also want to make some money, like you want to cash, you can't afford to not cash for a week straight because your process is fading chalk. And that's a different approach as well. But a lot of the big boys you'll see on YouTube, their mindset is playing for first. What's the best opportunity that they can create for themselves to be unique from the field, grabbing great leverage spots, fading negative leverage spots, and having a shot at first place. And a lot of those guys have bankrolls that can sustain some downswing. So that becomes a pretty complex question to answer. Neither the White Sox or the Royals lineup, at least on my screen, is confirmed right now. But we do got Brady Singer against Lucas Giolito. Singer, 3.71 expected ERA, 1.1 WHIP, 21% called plus swing and strike rate, and 1-4 K rate. I mean, that's really, really good. White Sox below average in WRC plus against righties, 5.9% walk rate. So they are swanging the bat. So if you wanted some Singer, I get it. On DraftKings, 8,900. I'd probably want all my pitchers tonight to have a shot at 20 fantasy points. I think Singer does that. 27, 18, 28, 26 in his last couple games, including a game against the Chicago White Sox. He has 3 starts against the White Sox this year. He's averaging 18 fantasy points per game, but it looks like one of those wasn't a start. So there might be one game that's it's this one right here, right? On April 26th, did he come out the bullpen? Possibly. And then ever since then, I mean, he's come out and dominated the White Sox. So Brady Singer absolutely in the mix for me. I'm going to start him off as a tier 3, but again, might be able to promote him going forward. And then Giolito, a 25% K rate, 4.12 expected ERA, 1.5 WHIP. The WHIP is a little bit elevated. So is the average allowed to righties. And the Royals, as much as they strike out, I do got some respect for having just enough hit for average, having just enough power to mess things up. But 8,200 Giolito, I think that's too cheap to pass up. So he'll be in the blender. Probably tier 3 here, but looking for 20 plus. Hit 20 right on the nose last time out against the Royals. So both pitchers in the mix for me. And then I might actually be more inclined to stack the Royals if I had to stack either team here. The White Sox are just proven bad right now against righties, but also Brady Singer really good at keeping the ball on the ground, particularly against righties. And this is going to be a pretty righty-heavy lineup for the White Sox more than likely, whereas Giolito's shown a home run problem to righties this year and last year. Last year, 1.7 home run per night to righties. This year, 1.9. So it's going to project pretty well for some of these power righties. Salvador Perez, maybe MJ Melendez, guys like that. So I will cherry pick and sprinkle some of those guys in the mix as well. And if I had to 5-man stack one of them, I think I'd be more inclined to get to the Royals here. But right now, I'm going to resist from putting either one of them in the full stack. And I think this would be a sub-stack spot, maybe a 2-3 mans from either team for now. And then we'll revisit that as we go, you know. What's up, Flex? You guys want to do me a favor, collectively, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Maybe double check, see if you're subscribed. Trying to get to 8K subscribers. NFL on the horizon, right? A week away from having to throw out some NFL content. Hopefully I can find some good partners to make some stuff with, you know. The Pirates and the Brewers, next game on the docket. Yesterday, the Pirates were like really weird for us to know who was pitching, but all of the options were really bad, and they all had like similar splits in terms of what to target. And then, ironically, this nothing to lose offense goes out there and has a great day, a great tournament day. So everybody gets one. Maybe they blew their load last night, but they got Jason Alexander on the bump for the Brewers here, so at least a better matchup than they had yesterday. Neither team are giving me a green light on a confirmed lineup, so we'll see. Wait, what? What is this breaking news that I just got? Oh my God, it was a troll account. It said the Dolphins have confirmed that Tyreek Hill will make the 53-man roster. Good for Tyreek. I was worried about that one. Twitter be trolling, man. You ever get like random alerts from people you don't even follow? It's like a suggested tweet, and then like in that case, it was literally a troll account. Mitch Keller's pitching for the Pirates today. He's bad, 4.45 expected ERA, 1.5 WHIP. Jason Alexander also bad, 5.3 expected ERA, 1.6 WHIP. So I guess all bets are off. We can go offense only here. Alexander might not be too long for this game. 44 pitches last outing. Last time he threw a lot of pitches, 90 in July. Looks like he's slowly been able to ramp up to eat a couple innings to open games. So I would imagine that's the case here. I'm not going to play him, but I'm just trying to guess who might come in after him or how many implied at-bats we're working with. If it's only 3 innings, then it's likely one trip through the lineup, maybe 1.5, you know, depending on how efficient or inefficient he's been. So neither pitcher in play for me. Both offenses, yes. 4 implied runs for the Pirates here. Pirates are plus 150 on the money line, and then 5.3 implied runs for the Brewers against Mitch Keller. So I'm gonna go ahead and put both teams in the stack list here. All right, let me move the Red Sox down. This isn't a ranking, by the way. I just throw in teams that I know I'm gonna get to, and I know I'm gonna get to the Pirates. But let's put them at the bottom. It's not a ranking. Just know that. Those are just teams I know I'm going to get to by doing some live research. And those are all the teams I want a 5-man stack. Nothing else. All right, I refresh, make sure nothing came out that I missed. So bats only here. Specifically, I guess Mitch Keller has been a little bit more leaky to righties in terms of power allowed. So maybe Willie Adames, Hunter Renfroe, Keston Hiura. Hiura has a 4 rating on the bottom sector, but not a big power guy. Jason Alexander has really struggled with lefties power-wise. And if they lead off O'Neal Cruz again, I'd be interested, especially on Fanduel, 2,800. Matter of fact, let me put O'Neal Cruz in the Fanduel value pool. That could be a great spot for him. 257 ISO so far against righties. He's got a 409 rating in the bomb detector. Brian Reynolds, 4.3 essentially. Ben Gamble's up there. Did he used to play for the Brewers? I know he played for the Yankees. I want to say the Mariners. But I feel like he might have been a Brewer. Maybe not. Maybe that's the nerdy kid I was thinking of. And then Jack Sawinski, if he makes the mix, could be there as well. So I'm in on the Pirates, but I really like O'Neal Cruz if he leads off against Alexander, who has a proven lack of ability to get lefties to stay in the park. So I'm with that. What up, Justin Sports here? Serena Williams won at the U.S. Open, and Pujols homered on August 29th, both in 2001 and 2022. Man, time is a flat circle. What's up, Brian? When using an optimizer, what do you input as min salary? I don't have a min salary for baseball. I think that's more effective for NFL, but especially NBA. NBA, I don't like to leave salary because I basically work off of a value scale. For baseball, I don't care how much money I use or don't use. It's all trying to get stuff done. Going with projections and going with correlation. What's up, Doug? Can Gamble hit a decent fastball anymore? Well, we'll look at the pitch report. Gamble. Ben Gamble, he's above average in fastball. Runs created. So this in the pitch report, and this is very it's a point of reference. That's why I have it. But in the major leagues, no two fastballs are really the same these days. You know what I mean? Spin rate, velocity. So Jason Alexander's fastball, 92.7 miles an hour average velocity. That's almost a changeup in 2022. So he does a grade above average against the fastball, but yeah. And then Alexander's fastball is negatively graded, so it is not a bad matchup for Gamble if we're just specifically looking at fastball. But he does project above average against the fastball. What up, Darius? Glad we're on the same page with Cruz from the Pirates. Absolutely. Leading off would be great. So remember, he's got speed too. He can swipe some bags. He just kind of got lost in the sauce in the 7-8 hole, you know? I don't know. Son, you always in some controversy, man. Controversy from Metropolis. All right, let's go to the Yankees and the Angels game. I don't believe they played last night. I feel like somebody told me they did. I don't remember that. I don't know. If they did, Aaron Judge got number 50. I will say one thing I did not like last night that they did was they put Rizzo, I think he was batting 6th, and they put Benintendi in between Stanton and Judge. And I was like, nah, that should be Rizzo's spot. And sure enough, Benintendi ruins an opportunity to get Stanton up because he just went out there hacking. And then, like, in the next at bat for Rizzo homers off a lefty with nobody on. And I was like, man, gosh dang it, Booney. I didn't like that call. I didn't like that spot. But what do I know? Jameson Taillon on the bump for the Yanks. Angels are throwing Mike Myers. Neither lineup confirmed, obviously. Ohtani looked good last night. He grounded a double play, but he also homered. And then Luis Rengifo, man. I swear every time I specifically make fun of him, he homers. And like last night, I remember I was talking to my boy and I sarcastically did a commentary and I was like, Luis Rengifo steps into the box. That's right, he is the cleanup hitter. And then he homered. I was like, that's what I get. That's literally what I get. That's karma. So don't make fun of people, guys. They will homer against your favorite team. Mike Myers. Let me see. Is he a stretched out guy? Myers. 5 innings. Yeah, he's good to go. 78 innings. All right, so we can focus on his numbers and try to pick on something. 4.39 expected ERA, $1.25 on the whip, 22% K rate, 12% barrel rate. That dog will not hunt against this Yankees team. 21% barrel rate on Judgy, 17 on Stanton. Donaldson's barrel rate tied. Donaldson had the day off yesterday. We'll see who gets rest today. Feel like somebody might be out of the mix. It might be Trevino, but also one of these. Well, I guess Marvin went down on paternity, so I don't know. This might be the lineup. It just might be. Yankees stack for sure. Yankees 5.1 implied run total. That's one of the top 3 or 4 run totals that we've seen. So I'm there on that. Angels, I don't like stacking the Angels. It's always a 2-man show. But I guess Rengifo, cheap enough on Fanduel that you can get behind. Jamison Taillon, 1.62 homer per night to the lefties. That would feed into Rengifo if you are buying into him. But Ohtani looks pretty good. Ohtani, 4.17 rating on the bomb detector. Mike Trout, 4.24. And then on the Yankee side, Judgy, obviously, the highest guy on their bomb detector. And then Myers. Really, no one else has a massive grade. Rizzo's up there as well. So, stacking the Yankees. 2-piece and maybe 3-piece in the Angels. Taillon is playable, but he's just not fun for fantasy that often. But I do think the Angels, I mean, I guess this is one of the better versions the Angels lineup should get. But I don't think I'll play Taillon. But like, I understand if you want to get there, maybe on a site that might reward or might not nick you as much for hits allowed. But I don't think I'm going to put him in my pool. So I'm just going to stack the Yankees and walk away. Walk away. Chuck says, I thought Cabrera hit a walk-off, but didn't quite make it, man. Rengifo's nice floor. I mean, it's a good opportunity, too. Like, all jokes aside, if you have an opportunity to bat behind Trout and Ohtani, you know, if they're still on base, right, they didn't knock themselves in, you could have 2 men on, 1 man on, and get yourself in a good RBI spot. So, yeah, I'm just like, I was just ironically recalling what happened to me last night. Just a weird cleanup guy, though. All right, only 2 games left on the docket. Let's do a pause for the cause. This stream brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys want to get into some more isolated action tonight, right? Big slate, head on a swivel. Gets a little bit overwhelming. You just want to isolate a few spots, a couple pitchers. You want to bet their strikeout props or a couple team home runs. You can keep it pretty simple. Check out PrizePicks, and then keep in mind we're only a week away from laying some action on NFL props, stuff like that. PrizePicks, really fun way to match DFS with the fantasy scores, stuff like that, with parlay style of building and simplify the sweat. I like it a lot. I think everyone, most of you guys that have tried it like it a lot, and it's a lot of fun. And every day that I play and I hunt out some props, I try to get my favorite 4 or so picks. Yo, has my camera been this high all day? Chat, no one said anything? Goodness gracious. Maybe that's on me, though. That's on me. Anyway, go sign up for PrizePicks. Use code GUNDACKER. Get yourself a deposit bonus up to $100. And yeah. What's up, Ayo? I don't know what is happening in chat right now. I like Braves for fading Harris in the 2-hole. Assume he'll be high owned. Yeah, okay. I'm moving on. Poor Sean. Yo, Sean is in every Sean's in every DFS YouTube chat, dog. I be watching some other channels, and I just look over and I see Sean B. Sean, what do you do for a living, bro? If you don't mind me asking. I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm just literally curious how you are so active in the DFS YouTube community. I saw you leave a toxic comment on some channel's like 8-minute stack of the day video, and you're like, I told you this stack was dumb, blah blah blah. God dang, Sean. Sean is low-key rich, bro. There's no way he has this much time if his bank ain't loaded. Either that or he's just like somebody obvious, and that's their burner. What if Sean is Alex this whole time? Wouldn't that just be incredible? Or what if Sean is actually Josh Engelman, and Engelman's pulling the greatest The greatest prank in the history of pranks. Because you never see Sean in a Discord. You never see Sean on Twitter. You just see him in these random YouTube comments and chat rooms. What if I'm Sean V? Am I Sean V? I don't know. D-backs and the Phillies. We got a bunch of confirmed lineups spilling out too. Oh man. Zach Allen up against Aaron Nola. Nola 10.6K on DK. So he's the premier pitcher, I guess, of the slate, you could say. Head goat. I appreciate that sub. We're all Sean V, metaphorically speaking. Aaron Nola, the most expensive guy on DraftKings. Definitely a pristine premium pitcher. 30+ fantasy point potential. Has been better on the road, I guess, fantasy-wise. He's the guy I tend to like at home because people are always scared to play him. But Big Bino Sean V. You guys ever seen Life where somebody got the warden's daughter pregnant? And everyone's, I'm that baby's pappy. I'm that babe. I'm Sean V. Yeah. We're playing Aaron Nola against the Diamondbacks. It's happening. So, do we want a tier 1 Aaron Nola today? Decent strikeout numbers here. He's just a goat, right? I think we do. We get him where we can get him. If he fails, he fails. Sean just hacks VPNs. Zach Gallen on the bump for the D-backs here. 3.43 expected ERA, 25% K rate. Those numbers gel just fine. Well, the scary part is the Phillies offense, though. Schwarber, Hoskins, Harper. It's a tough offense to get through. But there's strikeout potential. I just feel like we're paying a hefty price for him. So I'm going to put him in the tier 3 player pool for now. And then I'll always stack the Phillies just because that team, the right version of that lineup is nasty. I like Sean V. He's entertaining. I'll give Sean V credit. As long as you don't like come in here and call somebody an idiot. Like, I'll let you have hot takes. But just keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep it respectable. And I don't think we haven't had that problem in a while. That's usually the NBA or NFL when we got a couple hundred people watching and they'll come in and be dumb and then we gotta ban them. I don't do toxicity. We'll go to the main event. After this, we'll update some lineups and look at the bomb detector, all that good stuff. Then I'll try and get you guys on your merry way. Will Myers and Austin Nola. Anytime Austin Nola is behind the dish, y'all, think of it as Noah Syndergaard pitching. He does not throw out base runners. So sometimes you can get some free calls on like PrizePicks for hitter fantasy, right? Stolen bases or +5, or even just for DFS. It is incredible how bad he is at throwing out base runners. I think I got 2 out of Bobby Witt the other day because of that. Logan Webb versus Blake Snell. Your pitching matchup. Both pitchers playable. Blake Snell 9.3K on DraftKings. When it gets a lineup that's kind of hit or miss, a couple of guys hit for good average. Is Longoria back in the saddle? I think he could be. He's a guy that hits lefties pretty well all through and through, average and power. But I think Blake Snell in Oracle certainly very viable to get to him. And the inverse is true as well. Logan Webb 3.68 expected ERA. The thing with Logan Webb, like we saw it last night with Carlos Rodon, it's just a scary thing to do. To play someone pitching against the Padres. I mean, this is a just incredible lineup. Soto, Machado, Bell, Drury, through and through. Not something I want to get behind. So I'll get to maybe a smidge of Logan Webb if we can get him right. If 4% is enough in the portfolio to be at or above the field in that park, I'll take it. And kind of the same thought process with Blake Snell. But more so my worry with Blake Snell has been more of like the walks, right? He gets himself into trouble, and then can be short hooked. No walks against Cleveland, but 2 walks. And if you look on the season, he has a 10% walk rate to righties, 10% walk rate to lefties, and the Giants as a team have a 9.1% walk rate to lefties, which I feel like could potentially lead baseball. But we can actually verify that. What's up, Jeremy? That dude really do be everywhere. Sean is everywhere, man. So that's why I don't know, man. I feel like Sean's either somebody with is the greatest burner account of all time, or just some dude that really, really loves hot takes and everyone else's takes. Let's see, walk rates against lefties in baseball. So I guess they don't lead the league, San Francisco, but they're top 10. Seattle leads the league against lefties and walk rates, and then the Yankees are up there as well. So that's good. And then I'm cherry picking here. I guess you could always stack Padres if you needed to. Fede or bust. I'm not playing Fede. Overnight at Whataburger. Dude, I had some patty melts the other night on the draft. Those, oh my God, those were so good. Sean sells Kirby vacuums door to door. A door-to-door salesman that also gives you incredibly hot takes for sports. I can see Sean sitting on someone's couch, looking around the room for like sports decorations. You see like a Cowboys banner. The Cowboys are overrated, you know that, right? Jerry Jones will never win a championship. Like, he'll just say the most off-the-wall stuff to try and get a barbershop debate going. If you're into player history versus a certain team, you'd be scared off of Nola. It's not good. Against the D-backs, I'd be more... So, like, I'm not a BVP, but I'm even less a player versus team. But, is it, like, recent? Is it this year? If it's this year, I think it might have a little bit more value. He hasn't pitched against them this year. So, I mean, last year's team could be way different than this year's team. But, okay. Oh man. Anyway, that's what we're working with. We'll get some updated lineups here. So this was the stack list that I guess we came up with. So this is any team that I'd be willing to go 5-man stacks on today, and I might add to it. I might take away from it as we get closer. If you guys want to stay up to date with that, you can go to rundfs.com, get yourself a VIP pass. My spreadsheets for baseball, football, basketball, all behind the paywall, and you guys can have it as well. We were supposed to take this down over the weekend. We didn't. I'll have it. This will absolutely be the last week for it. The VIP, so all access until February 23rd, which is the NBA All-Star break. So this pass right here will get you the entire NFL season, the rest of baseball, the first half of basketball. For $3.99, it comes with a $150 credit towards Fantasy Cruncher, so you can rebate that down. And then there is an active $25 coupon. Since I'm in a given mood, bomb, like the bomb detector, BOMB, will take $25 off. So $374 with a $150 credit to Fantasy Cruncher. This is like less than $200 after you rebate the Opto. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And then on top of my spreadsheets, you actually get access to the premium Discord, the rundfs.com Discord. Every day before lock, if I'm not booked on a show somewhere, I'm in this voice chat chilling, working on it. This is a very intimate chat during baseball, but during NBA there could be 20-30 people in here. Football Saturday nights is usually when we get that growing. So if you guys went in on that, get that, and then I guess the bot's having a problem right now, but anyway, get into that. We also have a free Discord, free 99. Sean V looks like this. Shout out to all you guys that have jumped in there. Flex just got in there. King Mar got in there. Very blessed, jumped in there yesterday. Drop some yours, drop some haze up in here. Giffo. Looks like Giffo's trying to fill a 10-team league, $50 buy-in, so check that out. And then while you're in the free Discord, check out some of our deals. We got the PrizePick affiliate program. We got Underdog. If you guys want to get into the best ball, use code GUNDACKER when you sign up. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. If you want to go to a football game or a baseball game, I'll save you $20 on your tickets if you use SeatGeek. So a lot of cool partnerships. Go check all that out, and we'll get some updated lineups as we in here. Chat's dooming right now. What up, Shark Killer? Sean is so active in the DFS community since he buries bodies. Oh man, the Gossman tacos dropped. All right, so that's good. Kevin Gossman, 4.5 strikeouts. Go sign up. Use code Gundacker. Get that in the mix. Also, don't hate something on George Kirby. Maybe the live strikeouts, but I like Freed and Framber fantasy points as well. So something you can handcuff. If you guys never played on PrizePicks, you can have as little as 2 picks in a card, as many as 5, and you could 10x your money. And then if you like that style of approach as well, on Underdog, and I know you guys may have heard them for like Best Ball, they had the same thing, and you get up to 20x your money over there. The main difference between the two sites, though, is PrizePicks will give you a flex option, meaning you don't have to bat 1,000. Underdog does not, but it's still good. All right, let's get some lineups updated, then we'll take a look at the bomb detector, and then we'll get you guys out of y'all. And then maybe we'll come back tomorrow. So far, 2 for 2. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a meeting tomorrow for any projects. Cubs lineup came out. Madrigal, Contreras, Happ, Suzuki, Franmil, Nico Herner, Nelson Velasquez, TJ Higgins, and Chris Morel. Blue Jays, Springer, Dinger, Guerrero, Gurriel, Bo Bichette, batting cleanup. Matt Chapman, he's got a fast car. Has Matt Chapman bat 5th this year? I feel like he's been 6th, 7th hole. Santiago Espinal. Danny Jansen, he homered last. He was like one of the best plays last night. Jackie Bradley Jr., the only lefty in today's lineup is Jackie Bradley Jr. Cool. Let's keep it moving. What's the next team that I'm missing? Twins. The Twins didn't come out yet. Rangers came out. We knew that. Royals lineup came out. Melendez. Oh, Michael A. Taylor's leading off. Interesting. Bobby Witt. Wait, what? There we go. Bobby Witt, Salvi, Ryan O'Hearn is in the lineup. Batting cleanup. Hunter Dozier. Okay, kind of a different lineup. Michael Massey, Kyle Isbell, Nicky Lopez. A lot more strikeouts, it feels like. So Giolito maybe got a better lineup with Melendez down. So we might like him even more. What was Giolito's strikeout prop? 6? Is that Underdog at 6 too? Giolito is at 6. Okay, I think that's fair. But I do think that the matchup got a little bit better than what was projected a minute ago. Brewers lineup is out. Christian Yelich, Willie Adames, Colton Renfro. By the way, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to knock out before I do hit the end stream button, I guess fill them in chat if we're not roasting Sean V too much right now. Andrew McCutchen down in the 6th spot. Jason Base, former Yankee great, in the 7th spot. Garrett Mitchell got his first bomb last night. He's 2K, bare bones man. All right, cool. And that's it. All right, so let's refresh the bomb detector, see what we're working with. And then if you guys are on Twitter, I'll put an updated version of the bomb detector when more lineups come out. I usually tweet that out 30 minutes before lock. This is what our bomb detector looks like. I'll zoom in on that for those that want to screenshot it. Joey Meneses at the tippy top. Nick Gordon's up there. Brian Reynolds is up here. Trace Thompson. Holy. We don't get like a household name until Mike Trout against Tyon. Longo's up here if he makes the lineup. Darren Ruff dealing with a pinch hitter. This is the most unique top 10 I think I've ever seen. Aaron Judge, obviously. Ben Gamble's up there. Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. Interesting. Yesterday was hilarious. Burns and Rodon both. Yeah. Rodon always came with that risk. Burns was a shocker. Sometimes you sleep on a team, though. Wait, Sean V left when we were trying to figure out his identity? Yo, Sean, answer the question, bro. Wait. Who was typing while Sean was gone? It's one of you guys. You're not fooling me. Singer lock button. Gun surprised that Tyon has more wins than Cole this year. maybe. So wins is like such an, kind of irrelevant for the pitcher. It's just, it's something a pitcher really has no control over. Sometimes you see some weird pitchers with a lot of wins. Like Domingo Germán, I think last year was like one of the first pitchers to 10 wins. It was just like more of a coincidence than anything. Shark says, so seven of the Detroit Tigers players are 2,000 on DK. Got to be a misprint on my end. No, that's Tigers baseball. Vino says, I can't play PrizePicks, but Freeman buy is going to rise all over on fantasy points. We get it in January, so been practicing. That's cool, Vino. I like that. Getting ready for it. Vino, y'all don't have anything? Y'all don't have sports books or anything? Dang. Like the Sox and Royals, no run first inning. I can see that. It's Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is Sean this whole time. We knew it. We knew it. Yeah, you guys are the best. Hey, I think the deeper dive is going to kick off earlier since it's a big slate. So let's get you guys over there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Tuesday, making part of my day be part of your day. Please tell somebody out there you love them randomly. Tell them you love them because I love you. Good luck out there. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money. Peace.